and thank you for joining me. 7 games left. And what do I mean by 7 games left? Well, this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The created franchise is called the Bronx Knights. I've wedged myself into the American League West. I've taken the place of the Houston Astros. It's my intention to play every inning of every game, no skipped games, no simulated innings. They're all on YouTube. There are 7 games left in the regular season. So why is it important? Who cares about 7 games? Why don't I just simulate them, get to the playoffs? That's where the real season starts anyway. As you can see on the standings, I'm 103 and 52. I've won the division. What's left to play for? Well, there's 2 things left to play for. Number 1, to get home field advantage in the playoffs in the American League, you have to have the best record in the American League. So let me show you. My record is 103 and 52, as you can see on the upper left-hand corner of the screen, 103 and 52. Let's move over to the standings. And again, as you can see right up here, 103 wins, 52 losses. But if we go over to the American League East, the Tampa Bay Rays have 103 wins and 51 losses. So the team in the American League that gets the best record is the team that gets home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So these 7 games are actually important to win. I've got to finish with a better record than the Rays. So let's get out of there and let's go back. And there's actually a second reason why it's important. The second reason is not as important, but it's just fun to pay attention to. My second baseman, his name is Chris Ramos. After 154 games, or 155 games, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Do the math minus. Anyway, with 7 games left, he has 63 home runs. That's right, 63 home runs. His next home run will tie him with Sammy Sosa for 5th place all-time in single-season home runs. Sammy Sosa in 2001 hit 64. So he'll tie for 5th. I want to see how high he can go in these last 7 games. So let's jump into the schedule and let's play this final 7 games. So it's a 3-game set at Philadelphia, an interleague matchup. Bronx Knights have won the first 2 games 8-3 and 2-1. So they're taking out the brooms. They're going for the sweep on Sunday afternoon at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Knights, Patrick Joseph is on the mound, which works. The away team, again at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Broadcast, clear skies. Patrick Joseph's going for win number 14. Need some guys to take some days off. This is not good. Max Lukulich is going to sit down for Manuel Margot in center field. Don Mattingly is going to sit down for Gio Urshela at first base. Michael O'Rourke is going to sit down for, I would say, Hunter Renfroe. Anthony Millo for Roberto Perez. So now I got to fix the lineup a little bit. Salazar is going to hit second. Ramos, Benny LoCicero, Matt Saps. Let's see, Matt Termini, Gio, Hunter Renfroe. Let's put Gio last. Let's rock and roll. As you can see, Chris Ramos, second baseman of the Bronx Knights, leading the American League in home runs with 63 with 7 games left. These are the lineups. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. There's that little icon of a bell. Please click that icon to let you know. It'll give you an alert the next time I go live. I don't just play baseball if that's not your cup of tea. I play other video games as well. I also play Dungeons and Dragons. We have playlists. Check out the playlists. So, 3rd game of a 3-game matchup here at Citizens Bank Ballpark as the Bronx Knights visit the Philadelphia Phillies with the brooms out. They're going for the sweep, ladies and gentlemen. And on the screen is Chris Ramos with 63 home runs. Question around SportsCenter is, how high can he go? On the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies is Jamie Barria, making his 29th start. He's 11-10 with a 6.83 earned run average. And stepping up to the plate, leading off for the Bronx Knights is Manuel Margot, part-time player, playing center field today, hitting .309. First pitch of the ballgame from Barria. And he pulls it foul down the third base line, strike 1.
First pitch, 135.
And again, he's out in front, yanks it down the third base line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Margot. Outside, ball one. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillies currently in the National League have possession of one of the wild card spots, but they still have a chance at their division. Late on the changeup, fouls it down the right field line. 75 degrees and clear skies here in Philadelphia. Beautiful day for baseball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Manuel Margot. Here comes the pitch from Jamie. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, and there's 1 away. Margot has struck out. Second up is Jacob Salazar, the shortstop, batting second today. Switch hitter batting from the left side. 322, 16 homers, 96 runs batted in. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Jacob looking for 200 hits and 100 RBIs. And it was a high bouncer at the plate. Bounces off the mound, not in time, so he legs out an infield single. Pitcher Barria couldn't quite get to the ball in time, so runner at first and 1 away here in the top of the first. As Chris Ramos, hitting 366, 63 homers, and 165 RBIs. All 3 categories lead the American League. He is the odds-on favorite for the American League's most valuable player. Runner leads off first, 1 away. Pitch is low, ball 1. So yes, he's grounded into 17 double plays. Yes, but he's also driven in 165. That's a pretty decent... I'll take my chances, thanks. Quick throw to first, Salazar is back. Count still 1 ball and no strikes. Sunny skies here in Philadelphia. Grounds it up the first baseline. It is a foul ball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ramos. His previous high in home runs was in his rookie season 5 years ago. He had 54 homers. Ground ball to the second baseman. The runner was in motion, so that kept him out of the double play. But the out is recorded at first, and there are 2-way starting lineups for the Bronx Knights. Manuel Margot is in center. Jacob Salazar is at short. Chris Ramos is at second. Benny LoCicero is the cleanup hitter in right field. Matt Zapps is the DH. Matt Termini is at third. Hunter Renfro is in left. Gio Urshela is at first. And the catcher, Roberto Perez, is batting ninth. So Benny LoCicero hitting .299, 34 homers on the season. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Ground ball up the box and through the middle. It is a base hit. Rounding third and headed home is Salazar. It'll be an RBI single. A 2-out RBI single by Benny LoCicero. And the Bronx Knights take an early 1-0 lead. Here's the replay. Just a ground ball with eyes. So next up is Matt Zapps, the DH. He's a natural third baseman. He hits .313, 32 homers, 106 RBIs. Bounces around the infield this season. Today he's the designated hitter. Runner at first and 2 away. Checks his swing. Sliders outside, ball 1. Outside with the fastball. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Zapps. Plays a little shortstop, little third base, bounces everywhere. 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I am holding the controller and I don't swing on 3-0. Inside, off the plate, ball 4, so he walks him. So there is now 2 on with 2 away. 1 run has already crossed the plate.
The third baseman.
Up steps Matt Termini, the third baseman, hitting .314. I believe he has 11 homers and 76 runs batted in. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first. Late on the fastball, 95 on the radar gun, strike 1. That's a deep drive to right, but back goes Dale Murphy. Makes the catch to retire the side, but they do push a run across on the RBI single by Benny LoCicero. And after half an inning of play here in Philadelphia, it's the Bronx Knights 1, the Philadelphia Phillies coming to bat. So on the mound for the Bronx Knights is Patrick Joseph, making his 29th start of the season. His record is 13-9, going for win number 14. He has a high ERA. His ERA is 6.29. He is the benefit of good run support this season. So hopefully today will be a day just like that. Leading off for the Philadelphia Phillies is Ricky Henderson, Hall of Fame outfielder. Lazy fly ball the other way to right. 1 away, retired by LoCicero. Starting lineup for the Phillies. Ricky Henderson's in left. Pee Wee Reese is the center field. Check that. The shortstop. Center fielder is Jim Edmonds. Pete Alonso is at first. Ryan Sandberg is at second. Ramon Laureano is the DH. Matt Williams is at third. Dale Murphy is in right. And Jorge Alfaro batting ninth and playing catcher. So Pee Wee Reese, 297, 18 homers, 77 runs batted. And he's up there with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Outside corner, strike 1. Bronx Knights are 103 and 52, first place in the AL West. That is Gio Urshela at first base, and in right field, that's Benny LoCicero. Count is 0-1. And he flares it out to right field near the line. He makes a running catch. Nice play by Benny LoCicero. Running full speed towards the right field line. He makes the catch. There's 2 away. Nice play. So 2 out, Jimmy Edmonds. 307, a league high, National League high, 48 home runs. Steps up with 2 outs. Misses inside, ball 1. Breaking ball in there, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jimmy. Jim Edmonds was not a Hall of Famer. He was definitely an all-star center fielder, played for the California Angels during his career. Line drive, out of play, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think he was the center fielder of the San Diego Padres the year that they went to the World Series in 1998 and lost to the New York Yankees, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side is retired. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Patrick Joseph. And at the end of 1, the score is 1-0, Knights lead. Top of the second, up steps Hunter Renfroe. He is giving a day off to Michael O'Rourke in left. Out in front of the slider, strike 1. Backup player, hitting .258 on the season. Right-handed batter. Just gets a piece of the changeup to count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Renfroe. And that's a line drive, but right at Ricky Henderson in left field for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Phillies in the outfield from left to right. It's Ricky Henderson, Jim Edmonds, Dale Murphy. And in the infield from left to right is Williams, Reese, Sandberg, Alonso, with Jorge Alfaro, the catcher, behind the plate. Phillies are in second place in fielding percentage in the National League. They're a good defensive ball club. So with 1 away, up steps Gio Urshela, playing first base today. Pitches inside off the plate, ball 1. Gio's hitting .287 on the season. He's giving Don Mattingly a day off at first base. And that's a bloop base hit to right. So with 1 out here in the top of the second, the Knights have a base runner. Breaking ball down low. He just served it to right field the other way. So the number 9 hitter is Roberto Perez, backup catcher, hitting .200, 1 homer, 12 RBIs. Grounds it past the third baseman and into left field. It's a single for Perez. And with one away, there's runners at first and second. So the Knights are threatening.
The center fielder, number 13.
Just slaps it between short and third, out of this reach of Matt Williams at third base. So the lineup turns over. Manuel Margot, the center fielder, playing today in place of Max Lukulich. Struck out in the first. Checks a swing in the dirt, blocked nicely by Alfaro. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. So runners at first and second here in the top of the second inning. Knights already have a 1-0 lead. Pitches outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss at the high breaking ball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Margot. And that is a lazy fly ball to right center field. Jim Edmonds makes the catch for the second out of the inning. No advance on the base paths. The runners stay at first and second.
The bat, number 3, shortstop.
So next up is Jacob Salazar. He had a hit in his first at bat, a single and a run scored. He's up there with 2 on and 2 out. Pitches outside, ball 1. So the Bronx Knights have 103 wins. They're going for win number 104. Pitches outside, 2 balls and no strikes. If they run the table, they'll get to 110 wins and 52 losses. That's not a record. The record in the American League is 116 wins by the Seattle Mariners. Swing and a miss, I believe that's in 2000, the year 2000, I'm not mistaken. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss by Jacob Salazar. High strike. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the second. Knights lead 1-0. Here's the pitch from Barria. Checks his swing, or did he? Yes, he did, according to the third base umpire. So the count is full. The runners will be in motion. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's ball 4, and the bases are full of Knights. Bases are loaded for Chris Ramos, who's 0 for 1 and comes to the plate with 63 home runs on the season. Grounded out in the first. There's nowhere to put him. Swing and a miss at the changeup low. Count is 0-1. And he popped him up. Pee Wee Reese on the outfield grass makes the catch to retire the side, and they leave the bases loaded. So after 1.5 innings of play, the score is 1-0 Knights. So we go to the bottom of the second. Pete Alonso, the first baseman, 268, 39 homers, 121 RBIs. Patrick Joseph sets and delivers. Ground ball to the third baseman. Termini fields, throws across the diamond. Easy play, 1 pitch, 1 away. Long throw, but defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights. In the outfield today from left to right is Hunter Renfroe, Manuel Margot, and Benny LoCicero in right. And in the infield from left to right, you have Termini, Salazar, Ramos, Gio Urshela's at first base, and Roberto Perez behind home plate. So, with 1 out here in the bottom of the second, Ryan Sandberg steps up, hitting .308, 35 homers, 100 RBIs. And that's a lazy fly ball to right center field. Tracking it is Benny LoCicero. He makes the catch for out number 2. So, with 2 outs, Ramon Laureano, the DH, 252, 21 homers, 90 runs batted in, steps up against Joseph. Here's the pitch. And it's a lazy fly ball to right. LoCicero barely has to move. He makes the catch to retire the side. So, after 2 innings of baseball, in Game 3 of this series, It's a 1-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Yes, I have you on the PA system at the gym as I'm sanitizing. Well, listen, I'm glad to be of service, sir. This is Bronx Knights baseball. As the Bronx Knights visit the Philadelphia Phillies. And leading off here in the top of the third is Benny LoCicero. He is 1 for 1 in his second plate appearance. Pitches high, backs him off the plate. Ball 1. Benny was the August Player of the Month in the American League. He has 123 RBIs on the season with 7 games left. Pitches outside, 2 balls and no strikes from Jamie Barria of the Phillies. Change up, finds the outside corner, count is 2-1. Fastball outside corner, the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Benny. Now he needs to protect the plate. And it's a deep drive to center. Back to the track, looking up. Edmonds on the warning track makes the catch for out number 1. So, the National League East standings on the screen as you see them. The Miami Marlins have 91 wins to hold on to first place with 7 games left. The Phillies are in third place, 4.5 back. However, the Philadelphia Phillies are in possession of one of the wild card spots in the National League. So Matt Saps, the DH, is up. He had a walk in the first inning, so no official at bat. 1 out here in the third. First pitch from Barria is low. Ball 1. Fouls off the fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Matt Saps, the DH for the Knights. Slider low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bronx Knights have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Saps has 32 home runs on the season. Checks the swing in the dirt. Count goes full, 3-2. On deck is the third baseman, Matt Termini. Full count from Barria. Ball 4 just missed the corner. And he stares down at the home plate umpire. He wanted that pitch. So there's a runner at first for the Knights here in the top of the third with 1 out. And up steps Matt Termini, who flew out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. And that's a hard line drive to center, but right at Jimmy Edmonds, he makes an over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2. Hit it right on the nose, but you can't steer the ball. Hit it right at that center fielder. So 2 away, runner at first. And up steps Hunter Renfroe, the left fielder today, who's 0 for 1 with a line out. Big lead over there at first from Matt Saps. Inside breaking ball, ball 1. Swings and misses out in front of the change of speed. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, big lead over there at first. Very surprised they haven't thrown over to first. Breaking ball with the slider outside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Renfroe. Yanks it foul down the third base line. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third, runner at first, 1-0 lead for the Bronx Knights over the Phillies. Checks his swing, pitches low, full count, 3-2. Saps will be off with the pitch on the 3-2 count. So if there's a double in the gap, he has a chance to score. And it's a deep drive. Back goes Ricky Henderson, reaching, makes the catch, the running catch to retire the side. Nice play by Ricky Henderson in left field. So after 2.5 innings of play here at Citizens Bank Ballpark, it's the Bronx Knights 1, the Philadelphia Phillies 0. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps the third baseman for the Phillies, Matt Williams. 268, 20 homers, 80 runs batted in. Joseph sets and delivers. Outside corner, strike one. Matt Williams played for the San Francisco Giants in the 1990s. I believe he went to the World Series with them. Slow roller to Salazar at short, routine play, throws across in time, one away. So the American League West standings, the Bronx Knights are 103 and 52. They have a 16.5 game lead over the second place Seattle Mariners. They also have a 24.5 game lead over the Oakland A's, in case anyone's curious. So, up next, one away here in the bottom of the third. Dale Murphy steps up, 277, 17 home runs. The pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Murphy. Dale Murphy, I do not believe Dale Murphy's a Hall of Famer, but he was an all-star outfielder for the swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away. So I believe he was a all-star outfielder for the Atlanta Braves, if I'm not mistaken, Dale Murphy. Swing and a miss, just blew the fastball right by him. So with 2 outs, the number 9 hitter, Jorge Alfaro, 261, 22 homers and 91 runs batted in. That's a lot of production from the catcher position in the number 9 hole. On the corner, strike one. 22 homers is a career high for Alfaro. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. 7 games left. We are down to the final week of the Major League Baseball season, and Alfaro flies it to right, near the line. LoCicero makes the catch to retire the side. So after 3 innings of baseball here in Philly, the Bronx Knights lead 1-0. So leading off the top of the 4th is Gio Urshela. He had a single in the second inning. He's 1 for 1. Late on the changeup, count is 0-1. Left-hander pitching in the Phillies bullpen, Nick Lodolo. Lefty getting loose. Checks the swing, sliders low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike on Gio. I think Gio Urshela is currently projected to be the 3rd baseman for the outside corner. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Projected to be the 3rd baseman for the New York Yankees in this season coming up in real life. Pitch is high, count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Basically a journeyman infielder, but I think he's found a home at 3rd base for the New York Yankees. But we'll see. Season is coming. And he pulls the slider foul. Count will remain full, 3-2. He swung, tried to check his swing on a breaking ball outside, but went too far, and there's 1 away. So the number 9 hitter, Roberto Perez, the catcher, singled in his first at-bat. He's 1 for 1. Up there with 1 out in the 4th. And he 2 hops it to the 3rd baseman. Williams throws across in time, 2 away.
The center fielder, number 13.
So the lineup turns over. Margot is up for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 Bronx Knights lead here in the 4th. And that is a line drive to center, but right there is Edmonds to retire the side. So it's a quick inning for Jamie Barria. 3.5 innings of baseball. It's a 1-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. They're going for the sweep. Get the brooms out. So, bottom of the fourth. Ricky Henderson, 1 for 9 in this series. He's 0 for 1 today. Steps up against Joseph. And that is a lazy fly ball to center field. Margot is there. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up is Pee Wee Reese, the shortstop. 0 for 9 in the series. Does not have a hit today. It's his second plate appearance. Outside corner, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun for Joseph. Slow roller. Charging is Ramos at second. Throws in time, 2 away. Nice play by Chris Ramos at second. So with 2 outs, Jim Edmonds steps up. He struck out in the first inning. He has 48 homers in the season. And that's a deep drive the other way, but Renfroe chases it down. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Patrick Joseph. And after 4 innings of play here in Citizens Bank, Bronx Knights lead 1-0. So we go to the top of the 5th. Jacob Salazar has a single today and a run scored. I believe he also has a walk. Steps up to lead the top of the 5th. Lead off. In there, strike 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Barria. Pitches outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside corner with the fastball, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice pitch by Barria. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the third base umpire. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Salazar. And he yanks it up the first base line. Nice scoop by Pete Alonso. He steps on the bag himself, and there is 1 out here in the top of the 5th. So up steps Chris Ramos, who's 0 for 2 today. If you don't know the story already, I'll tell you once again. 7 games left. Has 63 home runs. Pitches low, ball 1. 63. And he pulls it high and deep, but playable. And on the warning track, Dale Murphy in right makes the catch for out number 2. And Chris Ramos is 0 for 3 today. So 2 away, up steps Benny LoCicero, who's responsible for the only run driven in. He has an RBI single, he's 1 for 2. There's 2 outs here in the 5th. Fouls off the fastball, down the third base line, strike 1. Benny is a left-handed hitter, plays right field. Slider is low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. 3 games set in Philly. And that's a line drive to the center fielder, but right there is Jimmy Edmonds to make a shoestring catch, and the side is retired. So 4.5 innings of baseball played here in Philadelphia. The Knights lead 1-0. So we go to Heidi Watney. Heidi is in the dugout for the Bronx Knights, but unfortunately there's something wrong with her microphone. But she's telling me in her ear that she spoke to Chris Ramos, asked him about his home runs or lack thereof here in this series, and basically he said to her that all he cares about is winning ball games. He's not interested in how many home runs he has, so long as the team wins. And that's the answer you're supposed to give. So as we go to the bottom of the 5th, Pete Alonso, the first baseman of the Phillies, grounded out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Outside corner, strike 1. And that's a bloop down the right field line. It is a foul ball, missed to the chalk by inches. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Pete Alonso. Here comes the pitch. Oh, that's a deep drive. Manuel Margot in center just turns and watches it go. And we have ourselves a tie ball game here in the bottom of the fifth on Pete Alonso's 40th home run of the season. And this ball game is knotted at 1. Here's the replay. Oh, just crushed it to center field. No chance. So the score is tied at 1 with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Ryan Sandberg is 0 for 1. He steps up to the plate. Grounds it to Ramos at second. Throws to first. 1 away. So after the home run, quick out. So Ramon Laureano steps up next. He's the DH. He's 0 for 1. He flew out in the second inning. Pitch from Joseph. Oh, he backed him off. Almost hit him in the head. Wild pitch. Must have lost the handle on it. Even the catcher, Roberto Perez, looked what's the word? He looked crossed up with the signs. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Laureano. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Lazy fly ball to right field. In comes LoCicero. Cannot make the catch. So after the home run by Pete Alonso, Laureano singles to right. And they have a runner at first with 1 away. So next up is Matt Williams. 3 for 8 in this series with a homer. 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the 3rd inning. Popped it up on the third base side, foul territory. Termini's there, he makes the catch, 2 away. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Next up is the right fielder Dale Murphy. He struck out in the 3rd, he's 0 for 1. Hits the corner, strike 1. Runner leads off first. Checks his swing on the outside slider. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the manager of the Bronx Knights. That's Don Mattingly, the 50-year-old version. The other one, the 25-year-old version, plays first base. Swing and a miss at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Dale Murphy is down on strikes. And the side is retired, but not before Pete Alonso crushes this pitch to tie the ball game at the end of 5. The score is knotted at 1. So we're going to go to the top of the 6th, and in relief comes the left-hander Nick Lodolo. So this is only his 3rd game this season, so he's obviously a recent call-up from the minor leagues. He's 1-1 with an 8.68 earned run average in 9 1/3 innings pitched. So Matt Saps is up. He's walked twice today, no official at-bat yet. Grounds it to Pete Alonso, scoops it, tosses it to Lodolo covering first, and there's 1 quick out. Nice play by Pete Alonso at first. Matt Termini is 0 for 2. He's 1 for 10 in this series. Up there with 1 out in the 6th. Grounds it to his counterpart over at third base. Matt Williams throws to first. In time, 2 quick outs for Lodolo.
The left fielder, number 11, Hunter Renfroe.
So with 2 outs is Hunter Renfroe, who's 0 for 2. Righty batter against the lefty. And this one he grounds again to the third baseman. Matt Williams throws across in time. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Nick Lodolo. And after 5.5, score is tied at 1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Jorge Alfaro, the number 9 hitter, the catcher, is 0 for 1 today. In there, high strike. Grounds it to the third baseman, Termini. Plenty of time, throws across, in time, 1 away. So the leadoff man steps in for his, I believe, 3rd plate appearance. Ricky Henderson's flown out twice. He is 0 for 2. Can you believe Ricky Henderson stole 130 bases in a single season at the beginning of his career with the Oakland Athletics? 130 steals. My God. He has power. But in this at-bat, he pops it up to Ramos at second base. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. So it's a 1-1 tie here in this 3rd game of a 3-game series between the Bronx Knights and the Philadelphia Phillies. Bronx Knights have won the first 2. They got the brooms out. They're looking for the sweep. But right now the game is tied here in the bottom of the 6th. So Pee Wee Reese steps up to the plate with 2 outs. And that's a line drive, but right at the second baseman, Ramos makes the catch to retire the side. 6 innings have been played. I would say it's an official ball game, but the game is tied at 1. So let's go to the top of the 7th, shall we? Gio Urshela is 1 for 2 with a single. Steps up to lead off against Nick Lodolo in his 2nd inning of work. The left-hander sets and delivers. And that's a deep drive to left center field, but racing and catching it is Jimmy Edmonds for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. Roberto Perez, 1 for 2 with a single, steps up. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, 94 on the radar gun, strike 1. Late on the fastball into the Phillies dugout. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he skies it to right. Easy play for Dale Murphy. There's 2 outs. So Manuel Margot, the center fielder today, is 0 for 3. He steps up with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Pitches outside, ball 1. Chases a high fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Manuel Margot. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Lodolo. And that's a line drive over the head of the second baseman, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Margot rounds first, heads to second. With 2 outs, he will be at second with a double. That's his 8th double of the season. You milk that cow, Manuel Margot. Milk that cow. Here's a replay. Splits the center fielder and right fielder. So next up is Jacob Salazar, switch hitter, now batting from the right side against the lefties. 1 for 2 with a single. Pitches high. Ball 1. Jacob has 96 RBIs. Trying to get to that century mark for the season. Number 97 is sitting on second base. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob's hitting .355 with runners in scoring position this season. So he's comfortable with that runner on second. And he's late on the fastball, slicing out of play. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Jacob. Score is 1 apiece here in the top of the 7th. And it's a line drive, base hit through the right side, making the turn and heading home. Oh, it's a strong throw. Dale Murphy guns. Dale Murphy guns out Manuel Margot at the plate. And get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. The side is retired on that excellent play, that excellent throw. This ball game is still tied at 1. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Edmonds steps up. He is 0 for 2. He lined out, he struck out. First pitch from Patrick Joseph. In there, strike 1. So Jim Edmonds hitting .305, 48 homers to lead the National League, 112 RBIs. Swing and a miss over the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And obviously, Patrick Joseph brought his A game to the mound today. He's 13-9. He's looking for win number 14. He may have another start if he can get this win and then get another win. 15 is a nice number for starting pitchers. We'll see what happens. Got to get through this one first. Pitch is low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just misses outside. Joseph stares down into the umpire and wants to know where that one was. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Edmonds. And he smashes it, but it will curl into the seats, out of play. Count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, and there's one away. He strikes out. That's strikeout number 4 for Joseph.
The first baseman, number 21.
So next up is Pete Alonso. In his last at-bat, he hit a solo home run. He's 3 for 10 with 2 homers in this series. Pops it up the elevator shaft. Out of his crouch is Perez. Behind home plate, he makes the catch for out number 2.
Next for Philadelphia.
So with 2 outs, stepping to the plate is Ryan Sandberg, who's 0 for 2. He flew out, he grounded out. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 ball game. Outside corner, strike 1. Patrick Joseph with 6 2/3 innings pitched. This next pitch is his 50th pitch. Only 50 pitches he's thrown. That's a line drive to right. Back goes LoCicero in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So Patrick Joseph pitches into the 7th. It's still a 1-1 ball game. Chris Ramos leads off the next inning. So Chris Ramos is 0 for 3. He has 63 homers. He bats from the right side because he's a switch hitter against the lefty Nick Lodolo in his 3rd inning of relief. He's late on the fastball, fouls it upstairs, strike 1 on Ramos. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Attendance here in Citizens Bank Ballpark, just over 28,000. And it is a high fly ball, but not terribly deep. Edmonds in center makes the catch, 1 away. So Ramos is obviously pressing a little bit. I think he's 0 for 4 today.
Number 38.
Next up is Benny LoCicero's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Jams him with the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. I like what I see from the Lodolo. Good pitcher. Pulls it, but foul territory. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Benny LoCicero. Jams him, but it will curl foul, out of play, slice foul, better yet, down the 3rd base line. Count remains 0-2. And he rolls over on it. The play is made by Pete Alonso, throws to the pitcher covering first, and there are 2 away.
Number 31.
So Matt Saps, 2 walks today. He's 0 for 1 officially. 2 outs. Inside corner, strike 1.
Nope.
Just off the plate inside. And Lodolo wants to know where that one was. Thought it was a strike, but the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, 1-2 on Saps. And that's a line drive to right. Back goes Murphy to the track, makes an over-the-shoulder catch, and the side is retired. 7.5. And this ball game is still tied at 1. Great pitching in this 3-game series. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Patrick Joseph's still out there. He's only thrown 50 pitches. Up steps Ramon Laureano, who's 1 for 2. And that's a deep drive. Left center field. Back goes Renfroe to the track, the wall, looking up. It's gone. So in the bottom of the 8th inning, Ramon Laureano hits a solo shot, his 22nd of the season. And just like that, the Philadelphia Phillies take a 2-1 lead. Here's the replay. Oh. Put a charge in that one. So as Matt Williams steps to the plate, we will go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and we will warm up Jonathan Holder, and we will warm up Jesse Biddle. And we will go to the manager and send the pitching coach out to the mound for a mound visit. So Matt Williams is 3 for 9 in this series with a home run, but he's 0 for 2 today, so that's a good sign. The confidence is high for Patrick Joseph. His energy is about 50%. And Joseph stays in, so nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. So it's a 2-1 lead for Philadelphia. Checks his swing, but the curveball finds the strike zone. Count is 0-2 on Matt Williams. Oh! Renfroe just watches it go. Back-to-back home runs by the Phillies. That's home run number 21 by Matt Williams. 441 feet projected to left field. And it's a 3-1 lead for the Phillies. I think you can basically put the brooms away for the time being. Let's watch the replay. Oh, he absolutely killed it. My God. So, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Dale Murphy is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and the manager has seen enough. He goes to the bullpen, and he brings in Jonathan Holder and puts him in. Don Mattingly, the manager, calls for the right-hander, Johnny Holder. He's pitched in 29 games. His record is 0-3 with a 6.21 earned run average. So Patrick Joseph cannot win. He can only lose. He pitched 7 innings plus, gave up 3 runs. The start was better than the numbers suggest, but
that's a ball.
Misses low with the first pitch. Ball 1. Holder sets and delivers. Oh, that's a deep drive to right. Back goes LoCicero, looking up. It's back to back to back home runs by the Philadelphia Phillies. That's home run number 18 on the season by Murphy. And it's a 4-1 lead for the Phillies. And they've opened up a can of whoop ass on the Bronx Knights here in this game 3 of a 3-game set. A whole big can of whoop ass. Here's the replay. Oh. Just watch it go. So next up is Jorge Alfaro, who's 0 for 2. Strike on the outside corner. Ground ball, base hit through the right side between the first and second baseman. So there's a runner at first here. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. To put things into perspective, the Bronx Knights have 103 wins on the season. There are 7 games left in the season. Yes, they're losing 4-1, but swing and a miss. He's stealing, and the throw is late. Alfaro steals second. Stolen base number 3 on the season. Runner in scoring position now for Ricky Henderson. Change up in there, strike 2. Ricky Henderson's hitting .319 with runners in scoring position. And the pitching coach sees something he doesn't like. Walks out to the mound to talk to Johnny Holder. And he leaves him in there. Count is 0-2. And that is a deep drive to left. Over by the line is Renfroe on the left field line. Makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. The runner at second does not advance. He gave it a drive, but gave it a ride, but did not find the seats. So Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 3, steps up with 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Ground ball hard to Gio Urshela at first, takes it to the bag himself. In the meantime, the runner at second moves over to third with 2 outs. So 5th run is 90 feet away, but they're going to need a hit to get it in. Up steps Jimmy Edmonds. He's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 10 in the series. And we're going to go to the bullpen again. The manager is going to go get the left-hander Jesse Biddle to pitch to the left-hander the left-hander Jimmy Edmonds. Jesse Biddle's 2-3 with a 2.21 earned run average. He's at 84 strikeouts and just under 70 innings pitched. So he has been really impressive this season. Misses inside with the fastball, strike 1. Oh, check that. Ball 1. I apologize. Swing and a miss out in front of the curveball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Edmonds. And he slices it down the left field line, and it will be a foul ball. Count is 1-2. Just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 3 runs have crossed the plate on 3 solo home runs for the Philadelphia Phillies. The count is 1-2 on Jimmy Edmonds. Set and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The side is finally, mercifully retired. But we will go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Bronx Knights. They need 3 runs to tie. Can they do it? Let's go! Let's go! So in relief comes Trevor Rosenthal, the closer for the Phillies this season. His record is 1-5. He has 35 saves in 43 attempts. His ERA is kind of high. It's 4.81. So let's see if we can get some runners on and make some magic happen. Leading off is Matt Termini, the third baseman. He is 0 for 3. Here in the top of the 9th. Pitch is low, ball 1. 99 miles an hour on the radar gun with the fastball, but the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Finds the corner with the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses with the circle change, 2-1. And he grounds it up the middle and through. It's a leadoff single for Matt Termini. He's 1 for 4. And here they have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 9th. Here's the replay. Just a ground ball up the middle with eyes. So next up is somebody who I'd like to pinch hit for, but the computer didn't let me do it. Hunter Renfroe is 0 for 3. First pitch is on the corner, strike 1. Let me hit the controller, manager, substitutions. So the left fielder, I'm going to pinch hit Michael O'Rourke, who's a left-hander. I want Michael O'Rourke to pinch hit for Hunter Renfroe. So I have a left-handed hitter up against the righty Trevor Rosenthal. Unfortunately, there's a strike on him already. The count is 0-1. And he's late on the fastball, fouls it off down foul territory. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Michael O'Rourke. He's hitting .342 on the season. Termini leads off first. There's nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Pitch inside, ball 1. Count is 1-2. He also has 36 home runs on the season. Pitch is outside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on O'Rourke. And he pulls it foul down the first base line. Count remains 2-2. Runner at first. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable for Edmonds. Makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 9th. Returning to first base is Termini.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So next up is Gio Urshela. Gio's not making it. Gio, who's playing first base, we're going to go to the substitution. And we're going to pinch hit Gio Urshela for Don Mattingly. Because, again, a left-handed hitter against the righty, Trevor Rosenthal. Don Mattingly's average is .338, 23 homers, 104 RBIs. And he lines it down the other way, down the third base line. It is a base hit. And there will be runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. So the tying run will come to the plate in the person of Chris Ramos, who has 63 home runs this year in the American League. But actually, I'm completely wrong because I got a little excited. I take it back. Let's retcon it. Actually, up is the catcher, Roberto Perez. I got excited. Take it back. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Inside off the plate, circle change. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the manager's office and possibly substitute Roberto Perez. I'm going to put in Francisco Lindor for Roberto Perez. He's got a 1-0 count. Francisco Lindor is a part-time player on this Bronx Knights ball club. He's a switch hitter now, batting from the left side. He's hitting .306, but he does have 7 home runs. And that is a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Ryan Sandberg throws to second for 1, back to first. Not in time. So there's 2 outs. The Bronx Knights are down to their final out. However, there's still runners at first and third, and the tying run is still at the plate with 2 outs in the 9th. It was a fielder's choice at second. Next up is Manuel Margot. He's had a double in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 4. I'm not pinch hitting for him. Here we go. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to first base umpire. It is ball 1. Pitch was outside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Manuel Margot. Swing and a miss. The 99-mile-an-hour fastball, high and tight. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at first and third. 2 away here in the 9th. And it slices out of play. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Bronx Knights are down to their final strike of the series. Here's the pitch. Fouls the 2-seam fastball off. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th. 4-1 lead for Philly. Runners at first and third. And he yanks it foul. And we'll do it again. Margot is battling. High and tight, almost hits him in the head. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, ball game over. Phillies win 4-1. So the Bronx Knights win the series 2 games out of 3, but they take the loss today. They are 103 wins and 53 losses. There's still 50 games over 500. Let's do this the right way. So the Phillies, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Bronx Knights, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. Nick Lodolo gets the win on 3 innings of relief. Patrick Joseph gets the loss. He is 13-10. The save goes to Trevor Rosenthal, and Ramon Laureano is your player of the game. Center fielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's 2 for 3 with a homer and an RBI. And that was a presentation of Bronx Knights baseball. I hate to lose, but if you're going to play every inning of every game of 152-game schedule, sometimes you got to lose. So, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you can, please like the video on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell icon in order to get alerts the next time I go live. And if baseball is not your thing, check out my other playlists. There's lots of other interesting things on Shenanigans with RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. We're down to 6 games left before the playoffs, and that's when the fun really starts. Thank you so much. Have yourself a great evening.